What originally brought me in for acupuncture? I had a bad case of alopecia, and I'd say at least 65% of my hair had fallen out. So I was pretty much bald, wearing a wig, utterly depressed, and extremely stressed out. After doing some research on the internet, I sought the advice of a dermatologist who I had seen for about 3 or 4 months, who was giving me shots in the affected area, which was pretty much my entire head. I believe they were like a steroid shot to my head. I would come in once a month, and we would look for hair growth, and there was none, which was pretty depressing. And after about 3 or 4 months, he said it just kept falling out, and the dermatologist said, "This isn't working for you, and you may want to seek acupuncture." And I felt pretty defeated at that point, and asked around to a couple of friends who I knew had experience with acupuncture, and at least 3 people had said to come see Jeanette. And so I made the appointment. I made the appointment immediately because it was an emergency situation for me. And my first impression when I walked in the office is it was very calm, it was very low key, it was very peaceful, no pressure. Unlike the acupuncture unlike the dermatologist where I walked in and beautiful people were having like implants and collagen done, I felt like here I could walk in and be bald and depressed and cry. And upon meeting Jeanette the first time, she was so supportive, and had said, "We'll treat your stress, and then we'll treat your hair." And I felt she could do it, so I thought, why not? I had never had acupuncture before, and it was a little uncomfortable. I needed needles in my head, and there was a mallet that she used on the bald areas, and the idea was to draw blood from the areas to get some circulation going. And at first it took a long time to get blood to the surface, so it was kind of painful. I was desperate, and at that point I had at least 30 shots to my head each time at the dermatologist, so I was willing to do it. And I would say in a couple of months,
maybe not even,
a couple of treatments, yeah, we saw hair coming back. It looked like little ashes, but it was so encouraging to see that hair was coming back. Hair had stopped falling out, and within a year I had a fabulous full head of hair, and honestly I couldn't believe it. Occasionally when I start to feel stress come on, I know that I need to come in, and occasionally the stress gets bad enough that the hair starts falling out again, which is happening now. And I know right away that I need to come in for the acupuncture, and when I leave I feel calm, and I feel like, okay, we'll get to this. The hair will stop falling out. We'll treat the stress. The hair will stop falling out, and it will be good again. So now when I come back for my follow-up treatments, because it's not such a situation where I've lost a lot of hair, we're able to treat it with just needles throughout my body. And that doesn't cause me any pain. That is pretty painless. And we haven't been in this situation since the hair originally grew back where we needed to use the mallet on the bald spots, which was the painful part. But now that it's just the needles, I don't fear it. I actually look forward to it, as it just reduces my stress. I walk out of here feeling like I've had a massage, except it lasts like at least 2 weeks and not just a day. So I recommend acupuncture to anybody that I run into on the street, whether they have allergies, alopecia, joint pain, anybody I run into with any sort of ailment, stress, especially stress,
Sugar cravings.
sugar cravings, any vices. I tell them to come here because it worked for me. So I feel sort of like a poster child, and I feel blessed to have found acupuncture and Jeanette.